Hey, 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 how's everyone doing this afternoon? It's a beautiful day out. I just want to come in here and as a couple people come on, I want to share a few things about me that probably don't know. Back in college, I used to work on the Jungle Cruise. Yes, I used to shoot the gun at the hippos as they would cruise around. All right, I know you're gonna ask, so imagine yourself in a boat going through a very tropical jungle at Disneyland. And the skipper's got like this khaki outfit with a big floppy hat, just cruising down, right? And he's like, ladies and gentlemen, please keep your arms and hands inside the boat at all times. What, you don't believe me? Well, just last week, we had an English teacher on board. She didn't believe me either. Now, she teaches shorthand. And we keep on cruising all day long. So fun stuff, fun stuff. So that's one thing that I did in college. Let's see. I started working in the movie industry. I was going to school down at San Diego State and got an opportunity to work at Entertainment Tonight. That kind of fell through and I ended up getting a job working lighting and camera movement. And long story short, one of my claim to fames is I actually got to work on the series, the very last show of Seinfeld. And that was crazy. News media was like everywhere. And there's like, I think there was like 18 to like 24 different sets they were filming on. So did a lot of lighting for that. That was a lot of fun. So just being on the set of the actual Jerry's apartment was pretty fun, especially growing up watching that show like the whole time it was on. Let's see, third one. Third one was, I was about 10 years old and long story, we'll keep it short, but I ended up having something called encephalitis. It was basically the swelling of the brain tissue that surrounds and protects the brain. And it was swelling and basically kind of stifling my brain. And I ended up going into a coma. And I was in a coma for about 7 days. And they were kind of on the thing. It's like, well, he's been gone for so long that if he does come back, he'll probably be a vegetable. He'll have some brain and learning issues, and that might explain a few things, but no, I actually, my grades went up for the next few years, and that's a little bit about three little things about John. So yes, Tanya, my beautiful friend, introduced me to Bubbly. Found it on the shelf in at Vaughn's. It was like 75 cents. I'm like, all right, you know what, I'll give it a try. And seriously, it's like zeros of everything except taste. You know, it's little sparkling water, you know, and so, but like 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugars, no proteins. It's just, it's sparkly though. So it's, you know, water gets, you know, a little tried and true after a little while. So with that being said, Bubbly had about 10 different flavors on the corner shelf, so it was it's pretty good. First time trying it. I got cherry, so that's kind of fun and exciting. But I don't know, with that being said, I kind of want to come in here because it is my 2-year anniversary since I started drinking Shakeology and doing Beachbody, and I'm like, you know what, this would be a great opportunity for me to kind of, I've never really shared my whole story about why I view and my family views like health and fitness and enthusiasm and joy to other people. And so I kind of wanted to share that with you guys today. So I talk with my hands. So I'm not going to get emotional on this. I'm not. But so take it all the way back to high school. You know, in high school, I played high school soccer, tennis. Back then we were trying to get the CIF to allow men's volleyball. So that was kind of the trial period. So we did some volleyball and, you know, a lot of time growing up in Long Beach, playing at the beach. I was always active, you know. And then, you know, met my wife and we would like go hiking and play tennis on the weekends and we were really active. And then life started to happen, right? You know, married my bride. We've been married 18 years and Then we started having kids. I was 30 years old, and my body, you know, once I hit 30, I noticed a different metabolism. I was getting out of working in the movie industry and started working at the gas company and being customer service and doing everything with that. And I just, the priority wasn't on me anymore. You know, it was like, you know, raising a family, you know, it's like I got three beautiful kids right there, you know, and so, you know, Cameron, when we moved out here to the desert in La Quinta, Palm Springs area, you know, Cameron, boys are about two and a half years apart. So, you know, and then Reese came along about another 2 years later. And so it was just, you know, it was all work, starting a new career with the gas company and being married and learning how that goes, and then raising kids, and focus wasn't on me at all, you know, and, but, you know, I'd go to the gym, and do like about a half an hour of circuits and, you know, try to stay limber and loose. And I have a physical job, you know, lifting a certain amount of weight every day and working with tools and just being alert. You know, natural gas is a commodity that runs through your house that can cause havoc. So it's always, you know, safety first. And so safety was on me, but my health wasn't really on me. And then as time kind of went on, 40s, different story. You know, once I hit 40, my metabolism really changed. And I could feel me. I was gaining some weight, and I wasn't feeling as great as what I should. And, you know, a fair amount of fast food, or, you know, maybe the things that we were eating in our house weren't as healthy as they possibly could be. And so just life kind of happens. You know how it is. You know, it's just like, you know, we're the last to be taken care of. You know, take care of the kids, take care of our spouse. You know, if you're a woman, you're taking care of your husband. If you're a man, you're taking care of your wife, or, you know, you're taking care of your parents. Now we're getting to that age where we're taking care of our parents, you know, maybe grandparents, you know, other family members, you know. So we're always the last one, you know, we're invincible, right? So the 40s kind of came, and I started to see how my body was reacting. And living out here in the desert, I go into a lot of retirement communities, you know, like, you know, nice homes, or, you know, just like retirement trailers and things like that. And after a couple of years, I started seeing the same thing. I'd go down a block and I'd see like this guy that was just, you know, 100 pounds overweight and walking real slow, or even walking with like a walker, you know, and then I turn the corner, I drive a couple blocks, I'd see another guy, and he looked like Jack LaLanne. Remember that guy? Jack LaLanne, and he's like the same age. And I'm like, okay, somewhere down the road, these guys started making different decisions. You know, and it's like, okay, I'm 48 now. And I started, like I said, 2 years. So, you know, I was 45, 46 when I started this whole thing. And so I'm like, all right, I'm not that far from where these guys are. I'm 20, 30 years out. And so it's like, what decisions am I going to start making for myself right now? Because I'm going to be one of those two guys, you know, and I didn't want to be that way. And I thought I was healthy. And I'll post my pictures tomorrow of where I started. And I thought, you know, you've probably seen it before, and I'm kind of doing one of these, but I got a gut. You know, and, you know, big story is I've lost 55 pounds, you know, and, you know, I've lost that and I've kept it off. You know, I might have gained five pounds here and there and kind of fluctuate kind of where I'm at my comfort zone. But I feel so good. I feel better now than I did back in college. And I think a lot of that has to do with just being consistent, eating healthier. We drink Shakeology, and, you know, caveat is, you know, it's like any product is not going to solve any disease or replace any medication that you're on. Check with your doctor ahead of time, you know, but it is so important to stay healthy, stay focused and where you are, because you have that choice of being healthy or not healthy. And as you go into retirement, one of the leading expenses are your medical expenses and the time that you spend at the doctor. So it's like You're either gonna spend a little bit of money on eating healthy and taking care of your body, your sanctuary that you're gonna have forever. One of the things I share with our team is like, okay, if you're gonna go out and buy a car and you're gonna keep that car for the next 50 years, how are you gonna treat that car? Like 50 years, car ain't gonna last that long. Your body will. So how are you treating that body, you know? And I'm not perfect, guys. I have beer, we have wine when we go out. It's like, my love language is pizza, hello. So it's like, I'm not perfect, but it's like, I feel good, you know? It's like the majority of what I do and how I do it is healthy. Oh, that bubbly's coming up, feel that. Excuse me. Let's see, what was some of the other things I want to share with you guys? So as I went into my 40s, I realized there's a fork in the road right now. I need to figure out how am I going to do this? And so I work with a bunch of other guys that are, you know, they're physically active at work, but they not necessarily take the best care of themselves. And so for a while I was going to the gym in the morning, and then that kind of, I wasn't really seeing I was feeling stronger, but I wasn't really losing weight or anything like that. And that kind of come and go. And then I went into a phase of doing cleanses, you know, and it made me feel good when I did it, you know, basically a detox. And then, but it was a roller coaster for several years, you know. It's like, okay, you know, I've gained some weight, need to do another one. And then I'd come back down and I'd be doing great. And then I'd gain the weight again. Now it's like I gotta do another cleanse. And it was just a cycle for several years. And I'm like, I hate diets. I don't like salads, you know, and it's like, and so that wasn't really working. But I felt like, you know what, I'm healthier than most of the guys I work with. So that was my train of thought. And so, but then my wife, if you guys know Bridget's story, if not, go to YouTube, check out Bridget's story. She cries in her videos, so I'm trying not to cry in this one. But with hers is all, she's allergic to the atmosphere. So some of the pollen, some of the date palm trees, she's allergic to what's out here. And so she has a lot of, a catalyst is the food. So when she eats a certain food, she gets an allergic reaction. Her throat closes up, heart palpitations. So she has EOS, and she has a few other things that affect her. And so both of her sisters were drinking Shakeology, and they're like, Bridget, why don't you try it? You might be able to get some of the nutrients, because it has like 72 vitamins, minerals, nutrients that you're able to replenish your body and give your body the things it needs to thrive. And she's like, whatever, I'm probably allergic to it, but I'll try it. And so she tried it. And our coach is a registered dietitian and nutritionist, so she was kind of giving Bridget some ideas. And you know, slowly, you know, a couple months, she noticed a difference. I noticed a difference because she was always worn down. We'd be like, hey, babe, we're gonna go ride bikes, or hey, we're gonna walk down to the mailbox and check the mail. And she's like, I'll just sit here on the couch, I'm cool. And so she never had any energy. And then starting this, she would do a program in the mornings. It was like 30-minute workouts, and I started walking by, and I'd be like, I'm coming out from mine because I do push-ups and jumping jacks. I go for like a 20-minute walk around our neighborhood, then come home, take a shower, pack my lunch, get ready for work. I'm coming home and I'm watching this program. I'm seeing a change in her. She has more energy, and she's the woman that I married like 18 years ago. She was spunky and fun and energetic all over again. And she was dancing in our living room, and I'm like, and I'm watching some of these videos that she's doing. I'm like, well, one, she's kind of good looking on TV. I could do that. And second, I'm like, it's 30 minutes. It's about the same amount of time that I'm doing my exercise. She's like, why don't you join me? So my thing is, husbands or wives, start your own journey. And if you're trying to lead your family to a healthier lifestyle, they'll see what you're doing. They'll see the enjoyment you're having and want to join in. So don't think anything goes unnoticed. And so we started working out to this together. And then I found a different program that was more weightlifting intensive that I really liked. And that's where I lost like 60 days. I lost like 26 pounds, something like that. And I really, you know, I was like, wow. And I was drinking Shakeology at this point because my wife would be like, I'd be drinking, because I had my own shakes, you know, part of the cleanse. And then hers were tasting better. And so I'd have some of her, and she's like, you're going through my stuff too fast. Now I have to reorder early. It's like, no, we need to get you your own stuff so I can have my own stuff. And so we've been, that's kind of when I started, beginning of May of, was that 16, and so that's my 2-year anniversary of kind of when I started doing the programs and started drinking the Shakeology and losing weight. That, it was never, in my mind, I never really cared to lose weight. It's a little heavy, but I'm like, hey, compared to some of the guys I work with, I'm in great shape. And I kind of do my own thing with the walking and the calisthenics, and it turned out that it was like, when I started doing these programs, like, wow, this is a real workout. Kind of remember like kind of when I was back in the gym, but I actually started to see real results. And I wasn't having to spend like 2.5 hours at the gym. Didn't have to travel to the gym. And back when I used to do the gym, we'd have issues with Bridget working and daycare and everything that goes with that. So it was like, it was great because it was so convenient. It was right here. And my wife and I, for the most part, we're working out together. Certain programs, she doesn't like me to dance when she's doing her Shanti dance workouts. So it's like, all right, babe, that's you. I'm gonna go do mine over here in the garage. And but when we work out together, it's like a marriage bonding, to where we're working out together, and it's like a happy hour. It's like you work all day and you got kids at home and everything kind of happens. But it's like you take one afternoon, a day. If you're my friend Jason, you take every afternoon as a happy hour. But you go in and you actually have time for you. And so this is a time for me, and that's what I really love about this entire program, is the fact that we're teaching our kids slowly. It's not overnight. They don't always eat what we eat, but they've come to a love asparagus now, and instead of just hamburgers and French fries, it's like we're having some fish and some asparagus, broccoli every once in a while, steamed, and little cheese on there to make it fun for the kids. But it's teaching them a lifestyle. It's not all or nothing, So, but I got to that point when I made that decision, when I joined Bridget. I'm like, thinking of those two guys, those two different paths, and I'm like, I want to be here for my kids. I don't want my health to interfere. I don't want to be gone. I don't want something to happen to me. I want to be here because I need to take care of my parents. I got a special ed sister. I need to take care of her. I have a wife and 3 kids that are counting on me. They need me here. And it's like, I'm not the fullest version of John right now. I need to be that fullest version of me. And so that's when my mind shifted. That's when I was like, okay, things need to change. And I don't know if I've ever told my wife this, but this is my why story, so out it comes now. So I went, kind of when this was all kind of going on, I got sick, and I had to go to the doctor, and they weighed me and they took blood pressure and tested my cholesterol while I was in the urgent care, and they're like, John, we've noticed last couple times you've come in here that your blood pressure has escalated. Now you're above that point of where you should be, maximum of where you should be. It's like, next time you come in, if it doesn't change, we're gonna have to subscribe, talk to your doctor and subscribe some high blood pressure medicine, which my grandfather had high blood pressure. He always had to take the pills and monitor that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, and while we're on the topic, cholesterol. Your cholesterol is way too high. You need to change your diet, or we can give you a subscription for cholesterol. And I'm like the healthiest guy that I work in. It's like, you got the wrong guy. And they're like, John, no. It's like you're overweight. Your blood pressure's too high. It's like, next time you come in, we want you to set up an appointment with your doctor. Come back in about 2 to 3 months, and we want to do tests again. Well, haven't been sick since. So this is like when I started Shakeology. And like I said before, Shakeology is no cure. But what changed? I started eating healthier, started ingesting all these vitamins, minerals, nutrients that that just make me feel like a better man, make me feel a better parent, better spouse, and my health just started to snowball snowball up the hill, in reverse, the reverse aging theory, right? And so I just started feeling so good that I haven't been sick. So I go back about once a year for well visits, for like a physical, and the doctor's like, man, you're looking good all the way down. And I'm like, hey, we talked a couple years ago about my cholesterol. It's like, now that I'm coaching and I'm helping other people, I'm like, I want to know what that is. Mine dropped over 40 points. He's like, John, it's not even a conversation right now. My cholesterol dropped. He's like, your blood pressure, when the nurse takes my blood pressure, I don't even know the numbers. And she was like, I'm like, is that okay? And she's like, oh no, it's really good. And I'm like, oh, great. And she's like, do you work out and stuff like that? I'm like, I do. And she's like, yeah, I can tell, you're not sedentary. So, and so I'm like, wow, so blood pressure's great. Cholesterol's great. I feel great. I've lost weight. If you ever wonder, it's like, go pick up something that weighs 20 pounds and carry it around for 1 minute, let alone 24 hours a day. Can you imagine getting rid of 10, 20, 50 pounds? We had 3 people that have lost over 80 pounds working with Bridget and I. We have a team of over 80 people that we've been able to help on our journey. And coaching was not in the mix of what we wanted to do. What we wanted to do was just focus on ourselves, get healthy. But the personality that Bridget and I have, it just kind of exudes. It's like, we're going to tell you, Jesus Christ, he saves, and Dave Ramsey, he helps you get out of debt, And so what we're saying is that the path that we've chosen can help people get healthier and live a great functional life, and to inject hope and show a proven path to so many different people. And we've done that with the team and the community that we've built. We're showing our kids that. We're showing our extended family all that excitement that just comes from us. So, one of the things that we've been able to do is build a community of other people that are like, hey, I can see a difference in you guys. What are you doing? You're like, well, heck yeah, let me share what we're doing. And that just kind of led into helping others and what we call coaching, just health and wellness and showing them a proven path. We're doing our progress, and we want other people to join along with us as we go. And so by doing that, we've helped not just ourselves, because even though when we help others, that keeps us even more accountable than if we're on our own. And one of the things I love from one of the personal development books that I read, John Acuff is one of them. Love John. And he, one of his books, I believe it's might be Quitter, but it's like, fear hates community. Because when fear speaks into you and you're all by yourself, you start believing it. You're like, yeah, you can't do that. Why? Your body's achy and you're sore and no one's watching. Just mail it in, quit. And the community around you is like, no, I did mine today. Where's yours? It's like, I'm not perfect. And this whole program is not for 20-year-olds. 48, I got 2 cracked cartilage off my back. I was working for a cousin of mine. We used to make wood golf putters, beautiful exotic woods. But I was putting some stuff away up in the attic, and they had one of those little drop ceilings, like a little fake acoustic tiles for a ceiling. I fell off the attic, fell through the wall. Luckily, there was a big, heavy, old 100-year-old desk that my back landed right in the corner of that and flipped me over, and I landed on my face. So I fell like 10 feet. So I got 2 cracked cartilage. Do I feel that? Yeah, I feel it every day. But I feel stronger and better. And if you watch any of my videos, you're like, I didn't know that, John. No, because it's like my body is stronger. My muscles are building up around there. It's like, this last week I was kind of showing some of my squats and whatnot. And my form wasn't perfect because I'm kind of catering to some of those issues. Got a lot of cartilage in my knees. So when I kneel down, it's not the easiest. So I'm saying I'm not perfect. And I don't expect anybody else to be perfect. What is important is that you show up and that you're supported by other like-minded people that want to help raise you up. And that's the community that we built. And that's the thing I am so excited about. Some people might be like, well, John, I can't stand your crazy eyes. You got big, crazy eyes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just excited about what I'm doing. You know, take my crazy eyes or not, I don't really care, you know, because that's just who I am, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, you know. So I just want to come in here and kind of wrap up with that it's like if anyone's like looking for part of that community, that's like, hey, I need some guidance. A change needs to happen with my nutrition, or it's like I'd love to get into some fitness, or it's like I just need support. I don't have support in my life, and I need someone with that. So, you know, let's see. I want to answer a couple questions if anybody has any questions while I'm here. So, let's see. So I'll just give you guys a second here to see if anybody has any questions. But I just want to thank everyone for tuning in, for checking this out. I really, really appreciate it. This is something that's been on my heart for months, going, you know what, I need to go in there and share. You know, it's like going from encephalitis to, you know, feeling better than I felt in college. So, but, you know, that's kind of my story. Does anyone have any questions? All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up then if there's no questions. And I hope you guys go out and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And we'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye now.